Hi, I'm Pat McMahon. I'm the guy who introduces you to people that have interesting careers. And I was thinking about, should I introduce Indiana Jones? No, everybody knows Indiana Jones. How about Arizona Classen? Dr. Sarah Klassen, what a resume you have from all over the world. But maybe to the folks that are sitting here in the Valley of the Sun, they might be most interested in the fact that you may not have been born here, but you're tied to Arizona in a lot of ways. Explain.
Yeah, Arizona feels like home to me. I did my PhD here, so I spent 7 years in school, and I'm now an adjunct faculty member at Phoenix Community College.
Excellent choices.
Yes.
As is the career field that you're in as an archaeologist. I mean, as long as you're talking about exciting places to see, you're looking down at a jungle for lost things in this new show of yours.
Yeah, so our new show, Lost Cities of the Jungle, we're using different types of technology, especially LiDAR technology, to see if we can find kind of undiscovered, undocumented archaeological landscapes underneath these dense jungles in Cambodia.
But it's Cambodia, it's a jungle. How do you know where to look?
That's a good question. It's tough, but basically what we do is we look for large temple complexes, and then if we think there might be some kind of settlement around there, then it's probably worth checking that area out.
Now, you've been doing this for quite a long time. I mean, for a young woman, you have been examining things, looking for things that have been lost, trying to find things that you're not even sure are there. Do you recommend the world of archaeology to young women who right now are thinking possibly about a question regarding careers?
Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience, a wonderful career choice. I get to travel all over the world. I get to see things that most people don't get to see. I get to spend weeks and months with local communities, learning their ways of life, learning about the past. It's a really exciting career.
But on television, on the History Channel, I see a lot of people in the dirt on their knees digging with spoons.
We do that too sometimes. I prefer remote sensing, so I use lasers and radar to try to find archaeological.
Well, okay, tell me off the top of your head, because we didn't decide anything in advance. Tell me one surprise that you discovered when you were flying over some desert, some jungle, some place.
Yeah, well, in the new documentary, actually, one of the first segments shows us discovering a temple complex. So it's interesting how we use the word discover, because for us as archaeologists, it was new. For the people who lived and farmed the field, it wasn't new. Of course, they knew it was there. But basically, we just looked at the LiDAR data, saw something that looked suspicious, and then went out into the jungle. And sure enough, there was a temple.
One of the questions I've always had in watching those channels, how can civilizations just disappear?
That's a tricky question, and we spend a lot of time trying to figure that out as archaeologists. Usually what we see is that these things don't vanish. These civilizations don't just vanish all of a sudden. What happens is these complex systems, so the urban system, kind of falls apart. So the people don't necessarily all die or go off and disappear. They just kind of disperse back into the countryside and build a new city somewhere else.
When you are up there looking for something down there, give us a quick description of the kind of technology that allows you to do this now that Indiana Jones didn't have.
Well, we use satellite imagery a lot, so that's just looking at these images from an aerial perspective. But one of the cool new technologies, well, it's not a new technology, but it's new to archaeology, is called LiDAR. And that allows us to make these images of the landscape where we strip away all the vegetation. So we don't have to worry about all the trees that are obscuring our view. And we can just see the archaeological remains that are on the ground surface.
This is LiDAR, L-I-D-A?
L-I-D-A-R.
Okay, and we mustn't forget L-O-S-T, Lost in the Jungle. Where do we find the documentary and when?
It's on Discovery Plus and it's streaming right now.
You see, you really have it down. What's next for you?
Good question. We're We're continuing our research agenda in Southeast Asia. We're doing LiDAR at some of the other really spectacular temple complexes.
Now give me a dream of someplace you haven't been that you want to go.
Oh, I've never been to Easter Island. I'd love to go to Easter Island.
Well, listen, if this show, this segment, is well received, the treasures may be coming into both of us.
That's right. Maybe our next segment will be in Easter Island.
Keep me in mind. I'd like to go to see Easter Island
good.
too, because some of those statues look a little bit like my date in the prom. It is such a delight seeing you, but I know that I'm going to see you again because you're on the faculty at Phoenix College. You hang around ASU every once in a while, and I hope you watch Channel 7. We're talking about Dr. Sarah Klassen, Klassen, on AZTV.